Some hearts love louder in silence than they ever do aloud. Some souls ache for a touch they have never felt, yet somehow remember. He was one of those souls, a man shaped by solitude, living a quiet life where nights stretched too long and mornings arrived without purpose. He'd grown used to the weight of emptiness, to the hollow echo of a home with only one heartbeat in it. But even the loneliest heart sometimes dares to hope, even the most forsaken soul dreams. And one night, his longing became too heavy for the waking world to hold. It spilled into his sleep, where reality has softer edges and love does not need permission to exist. There, in the blurred place between darkness and dawn, a miracle he never deserved came looking for him. This is not a story of two lovers meant to find each other. It is the story of a man who imagined love so powerfully that the universe had no choice but to reply with a dream that would make him feel seen, wanted, cherished, just long enough to break him. He met her first in the silence between two heartbeats. In the half-shadow of dawn, when the world was neither alive nor dead, she simply appeared a shape carved from moonlight, standing at the edge of a forest he had never walked. Her eyes were the colour of storms after rain. Her hair moved like dark water even when the wind was still. She looked at him as though she had known him for lifetimes. He thought he should be afraid. Instead, his chest warmed like a memory of a memory rising inside him. "Are you lost?" he asked. She smiled, faint and sorrowful, as if she already knew the answer he didn't dare to speak. "No," she whispered, "but you are." The words echoed strangely, as though the trees repeated them in a voice he couldn't quite place. Still, he reached for her hand, and she let him hold it. Her skin was cold, not dead cold, but the softness of something untouched by sun or sorrow. Touching her felt like touching a poem that had never been written. They walked through a world that shimmered at the edges, mountains bending like soft glass, stars trailing behind her hair, the ground glowing faintly beneath their footsteps. He never questioned it. He only stared at her, the impossible creature who walked as though she belonged to every dream he had tried not to have. When she laughed, birds took flight from trees that hadn't been there moments before. When she touched his cheek, he felt warmth like a sunrise he had never seen. "Why do you look at me like that?" she asked. "Because," he breathed, "you feel like everything I've ever wanted." Her eyes softened. Something pained flickered in them, a warning perhaps, though he ignored it. "You shouldn't want me," she murmured. "I am here only because you ache." He frowned. "I don't understand." Again that sad smile. "You will." They sat on a cliff that seemed carved from silver. Below them, the sea rolled with colours no sea had ever known. She rested her head on his shoulder, as though she belonged there, as though she had been created just for him. And he believed it. Of course he believed it. But sometimes when she blinked, her form flickered, like candlelight threatened by an unseen breath. Sometimes when he spoke, the world went quiet, as if waiting for the dreamer to decide what happened next. Sometimes when he kissed her, the sky above them trembled, changing hues too quickly, as if not fully rendered. He ignored it all. He had been alone too long to question a miracle. "Promise me something," she whispered into his chest. "Anything!" "When the end come, let me go gently." He pulled back, confused. "What end?" But she only touched his lips with her fingers, soft as a sigh. "You will wake." And before he could answer, the world around him cracked a thin, bright line of white, splitting through the sky like lightning drawn by a trembling hand. She looked at the fracture, not with fear, but acceptance. "It's time," she said. "No." He grabbed her arms, desperation swelling in his throat. "Don't leave. Please." "You dreamed me because you were lonely," she said quietly. "But dreams cannot stay with the dreamer." The light grew, burning around them. His fingers passed through her hair, not through, but almost through, as if touching mist. "Don't go," he begged. "I haven't even learned your name." Her smile warmed like the last ember of a dying fire. "You never gave me one." The world shattered. He fell through the brightness, then into darkness, then into the small, cold quiet of his room. He woke with a gasp, clutching empty sheets, tears already slipping down his cheeks before he understood why. The room was still, no shimmering skies, no silver cliffs, and no soft hand in his. Only him, only the loneliness that returned like an old enemy. His face twisted, and he pressed his palms to his eyes, cursing between broken breaths. Why? Why can't I have something real? Why is the only love I ever hold the one I imagine? The walls said nothing. The night said nothing. His heart. Traitor that it was answered with the hollow echo of longing. And somewhere in the bruise-coloured dark of his mind, he thought he felt her voice fading. Let me go gently. But he didn't. He held on to the dream until it hurt, because it was the closest he had ever come to being loved.